इंग्लिश. गोपी जाना जय कुंज विहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरदारी यशोदनन्दना व्रज जनरञ्जना यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी जय जय राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय श्री राधे जय वृंदावन धाम वृंदावन धाम वृंदावन धाम जय वृंदावन धाम निताई गौरांग निताई गौरांग निताई गौरांग गौर हरि जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
श्री राधा वृंदावन चंद्र की, श्री श्री निताय गौरांग जी की, हरिनाम संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेष्वभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Creation, Chapter 3. Krishna is the source of all incarnations. Text number 28. Ete cham shakalav pumsaha Ete cham shakalav pumsaha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mridayanti Yuge Yuge Mridayanti Yuge Yuge. Ete cham shakalav pumsaha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mridayanti Yuge Yuge. Ete cham shakalav pumsaha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mridayanti Yuge Yuge. Ete cham shakalav pumsaha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mridayanti Yuge Yuge. Ete cham shakalav pumsaha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mridayanti Yuge Yuge. Ete cham shakala pumsaha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mridayanti Yuge Yuge. Ete. All these cha and amsha plenary portions, kalaha portions of the plenary portions, pumsaha of the Supreme, Krishnaha Lord Krishna, tu but Bhagavan the personality of Godhead, Swayam in person, Indra Ari the enemies of Indra, Vyakulam disturbed, Lokam all the planets, Mridayanti gives protection, Yuge Yuge in different ages. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. All of the above mentioned incarnations are either plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord. But Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. All of them appear on the planets whenever there is disturbance created by the atheists. The Lord incarnates to protect the theists. Can you repeat the translation? All of the above mentioned incarnations are either plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord. But Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. All of them appear on the planets whenever there is a disturbance created by the atheists. The Lord incarnates to protect the theists. Purport. In this particular stanza, Lord Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, is distinguished from other incarnations. He is counted amongst the avatars, incarnations, because out of his causeless mercy, the Lord descends from his transcendental abode. Avatara means one who descends. All the incarnations of the Lord, including the Lord himself, descend on the different planets of the material world as also in different species of life to fulfill particular missions. Sometimes he comes himself and sometimes his different plenary portions or parts of the plenary portions or his differentiated portions directly or indirectly empowered by him descend on this material world to execute certain specific functions. Originally, the Lord is full of all opulences, all prowess, all fame, all beauty, all knowledge, and all renunciation. When they are partly manifested through the plenary portions or parts of the plenary portions, it should be noted that certain manifestations of his different powers are required for those particular functions. When in the room small electric bulbs are displayed, it does not mean that the electric powerhouse is limited by the small bulbs. The same powerhouse can supply power to operate large-scale industrial dynamos with greater volts. Similarly, the incarnations of the Lord display limited powers because so much power is needed at that particular time. For example, Lord Parashurama and Lord Nrsimha displayed unusual opulence by killing the disobedient Kshatriyas 21 times and killing the greatly powerful atheist Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu was so powerful that even the demigods on other planets would tremble simply by the unfavorable raising of his eyebrow. The demigods in the higher level of material existence many times excel the most well-to-do human beings in duration of life, beauty, wealth, paraphernalia, and in all other respects. Still, they were afraid of Hiranyakashipu. Thus, we can simply imagine how powerful Hiranyakashipu was in this material world. But even Hiranyakashipu was cut into small pieces by the nails of Lord Nrsimha. This means that everyone materially powerful cannot stand the strength of the Lord's nails. Similarly, Jamadagnya displayed the Lord's power to kill all the disobedient kings powerfully situated in their respective states. The Lord's empowered incarnation Narada and plenary incarnation Varaha, as well as indirectly empowered Lord Buddha, created faith in the mass of people. The incarnations of Rama and Dhanvantari displayed his fame, and Balarama, Mohini, and Vamana exhibited his beauty. Dattatreya, Matsya, Kumara, and Kapila exhibited his transcendental knowledge. Nara and Narayana Rishis exhibited his renunciation. So all the different incarnations of the Lord indirectly or directly manifested different features, but Lord Krishna, the primeval Lord, exhibited the complete features of Godhead, and thus it is confirmed that he is the source of all other incarnations. And the most extraordinary feature exhibited by Lord Sri Krishna was his internal energetic manifestation of his pastimes with the cowherd girls. His pastimes with the gopis are all displays of transcendental existence, bliss, and knowledge. Although these are manifested apparently as sex love, the specific attraction of his pastimes with the gopis should never be misunderstood. The Bhagavatam relates these transcendental pastimes in the 10th canto. And in order to reach the position to understand the transcendental nature of Lord Krishna's pastimes with the gopis, the Bhagavatam promotes the student gradually in 9 other cantos. According to Srila Jiva Goswami's statement, in accordance with the authoritative sources, Lord Krishna is the source of all other incarnations. It is not that Lord Krishna has any source of incarnation. All the symptoms of the supreme truth in full are present in the person of Lord Sri Krishna. And in the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord emphatically declares that there is no truth greater than or equal to himself. In this stanza, the word Swayam is particularly mentioned to confirm that Lord Krishna has no other source than himself. Although in other places the incarnations are described as Bhagavan because of their specific functions, nowhere are they declared to be the Supreme Personality. In this stanza, the word Swayam signifies the supremacy as the Samam Bonam. The Samam Bonam, Krishna is one without a second. He himself has expanded himself in various parts, portions and particles as Swayam Rupa, Swayam Prakasha, Tadekatma, Prabhava, Vaibhava, Vilasa, Avatara, Avesha and Jivas. All provided with innumerable energies just suitable to the respective persons and personalities. Learned scholars in transcendental subjects have carefully analyzed the Samam Bonam Krishna to have 24 principal attributes. All the expansions or categories of the Lord possess only some percentage of these attributes. But Sri Krishna is the possessor of the attributes cent%. And his personal expansions such as Swayam Prakasha and Tadekatma up to the categories of avataras who are all Vishnu Tattva possess up to 93% of these transcendental attributes. Lord Shiva, who is neither avatara nor avesha, nor in between them, possesses almost 84% of the attributes. But the jivas or the individual living beings in the different statuses of life possess up to the limit of 78% of the attributes. In the conditioned state of material existence, the living being possesses these attributes in very minute quantity, varying in terms of pious life of living being. The most perfect of living beings is Brahma, the supreme administrator of one universe. He possesses 78% of the attributes in full. All other demigods have the same attributes in less quantity, whereas human beings possess the attributes in very minute quantity. The standard of perfection for a human being is to develop the attributes up to 78% in full. The living being can never possess attributes like Shiva, Vishnu or Lord Krishna. A living being can become godly by developing the 78% transcendental attributes in fullness, but he can never become a god like Shiva or Vishnu or Krishna. He can become a Brahma in due course. The godly living beings who are all residents of the planets in the spiritual sky are eternal associates of God in different spiritual planets called Haridham and Mahesh Dham. The abode of Lord Krishna above all spiritual planets is called Krishna Loka or Golok Vrindavan. And the perfected living being, by developing 78% of the above attributes in fullness, can enter the planet of Krishna Loka after leaving that present material body. The sense of Bhakti Vedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam panghullankhayate grivathripatamaham vande Shri Gurum Deenatarinam Shri Chaitanyamishwaram Paramanandamadhavam Yontaf pravishya vachamimam prasuptam Sanjeevayatyakila shaktidhara swadhamna manyam sahastacharana shravanatvagadin Pranannamo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam Swastyastu vishwasya khalaf prasidatam Dhyayantu bhutani shivam mitho dhiya Manascha bhadram bhajata dadhokshaje aveshyatam no Matirapya hetuki. Hare Krishna. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirubhavati bharata abhyudhanam adharmasya tad atmanam srijamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Today's verse also ends with yuge yuge. Same thing Krishna told in Bhagavad Gita 4.7 and 8. That systematically the Lord incarnates whenever there is discrepancies created by Indraris. The Ari means enemies, Shatru, Dushman. Indra Ari means the enemies of the Devatas, Indra, headed by Indra, or Asuras. There are two categories of living entities. In Devasura Sampat Vibhaga Yoga Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Deva Asura Evacha. One category of people are called Daiva or Devatas, and the other category is called Asuras. Vishnu Bhakta Bhaved Deva Asuras Tad Viparreya. Anybody who accepts the supremacy of Vishnu, Krishna, comes under the category of Deva or Devata. And anybody who is opposed to that, who doesn't accept Krishna's or Vishnu's supremacy, somebody else is supreme, everybody is supreme, I am supreme, all this philosophy is Asuri philosophy. This is as per Shastra. Anybody who accepts Vishnu's supremacy, Krishna's supremacy is Deva, and anybody who opposes that Vedic conclusion is Asura. So Prabhupada says in his lecture in connection with this verse that the demoniac people, they always tries to disturb or attack the devatas or the divine or the devotee people. They are vehemently against Vishnu and Vaishnavas. Vishnu Vaishnava Dvesha is the inherent quality, the innermost quality of demoniac people. Many a times they themselves don't realize this, but within themselves that is hidden. Vishnu Vaishnava Dvesh, envy against Bhagavan and his devotees. So they come in different planets and create disturbances to the devotees, and they think that they are supreme or they are as good as supreme, and as because we are supreme or I am supreme, I will control everything. I am the custodian of everything in this creation. I will enjoy, just like Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, Ravana, Kamsa, Jarasantha, unlimited list. And today in Kali Yuga, Prabhupada says, they are much more in number than the previous yugas. Much more demons. May not be such powerful demons, but in numbers they are very big in Kali Yuga. That is a speciality of our age. And these demoniac people, Prabhupada says, who is a demon? A demon, the basic mentality of a demon is, I will control everything and I will enjoy everything. It is for me to enjoy everything, and anybody who comes in between me and enjoyment, I will crush them. At any cost, I will go to any extent to fetch enjoyment. I can kill people, I can cheat people, I can backstab them, I can crush them, I can give pain to any number of living entities, I don't care. But I will enjoy. This is demoniac mentality. And Prabhupada gives some examples. Prabhupada says, in the modern days, the governments, they do karapida. Kara means taxes. They torture the entire population by levying heavy taxes. Because the entire economic situation of the world is forcing them to levy taxes. It is not that the governments or the people sitting in the governments, prime minister, the ministers, they get some special pleasure by squeezing the people by levying heavy taxes. No. Because if they don't levy taxes, their particular country's economy will collapse. The system has become like that. Prabhupada gives an example. In 1942, during Second World War, before Indian independence, the then Prime Minister of Britain, who was that? Winston Churchill. Under his leadership, the demoniac British regime artificially starved this country. They induced artificial famine, artificial scarcity of food in our country. Tens of thousands of people died in this country. Why they created this artificial famine? This is Prabhupada saying. Prabhupada says, because they wanted Indian men to join British army to fight the Nazis. They don't want Britishers to die. They don't want the white men to die. So what they did? They purchased, the British government took all the Indian farmers' grains. They purchased in bulk. The Indian farmers were not allowed to sell their grains in the Indian market. It was all purchased from them and exported to England and Europe. And there is no food in India. And food was rationed. And if you want food, if you want money, join the army. Forced to join. And thousands of Indian young men were forced to join the British army and die for them and fight for them and die for them across the globe during the World War II. My grandfather was one among them. He was in the Air Force. He joined the Air Force and later on, but he survived the Second World War, but later on during the Indo-China War, he died in Leh, Ladakh. So, this is demon. They will go to it. They don't care for the death of tens of thousands of people, women, children. They don't care. Their enjoyment, their happiness, their victory, their power, their control over all the resources is important for them. They don't care. They don't care for God. They don't care for scriptures. They don't care for laws of karma. Nothing. Even if they know the laws of karma, scriptures and God, everything, they don't care for that. That is demon. And Prabhupada, very interesting, he exactly pinpoints the real reason, the real way in which Kali Purusha controls everything in Kali Yuga. In Srimad Bhagavatam 1.17.38, a famous verse, Parikshit Maharaj encounters Kali Purusha in the beginning of Kali Yuga. This is actual history. It's not some katha. It's not some story, made up story. No. It's actual history. Suta uvacha abhyastita tatha tasmai sthanani kalaye dadau dyutam panam striya suna yatra dharmas chaturvidha. When Kali requested Abhyarthita, Maharaj Parikshit, that give me some place. My Kali Yuga has started. The day on which Duryodhana died on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, according to Jyotish Ganana, Kali Yuga started that day. But Kali Purusha could not enter the planet because Krishna was standing there for another 38 more years. So Kali Purusha could not enter. The moment Krishna disappeared from Prabhasa Kshetra Somnath, Gujarat, Kali Purusha enters the planet Earth. But still, he could not enter Bharatavarsha because who is ruling? Shri Parikshit Maharaj is ruling. Mahabhagavat. So when Maharaj Parikshit went to the western countries, the boundaries, the borders of India, with his army, he encounters Kali Purusha. He's there. He has reached there. Iran, Afghanistan, that side. So Kali Purusha encounters Shri Parikshit Maharaj and requested, हमको थोड़ा जगह दे दीजिए. I am not able to enter your holy land. But my yuga has started long back. So it is not right for you to prevent me from entering. So give me place. So Maharaj Parikshit gave sthana nikalaye dadau, 4 sthanas. Okay, you can be seated in 4 places, even in my kingdom. What is that? What are those 4 places? Dyutam panam striya suna yatra adharmas chaturvidha. Whether chaturvidha adharmas happen, 4 categories of adharmas happen, in those 4 places you can sit. Dyutam panam striya suna. Dyutam means gambling. Panam means intoxication. Striyaha means illicit sex. Suna means meat eating. Shuna. And today, the global world order, or the demoniac forces who control the material world, they control the entire population through these 4 things. Anywhere in the world you go, you will see these 4 things. Anywhere. Even in Islamic countries, secretly these things will happen. Where intoxication is banned, secret intoxication will be going on in some other way or the other. Dyutam, Panam, Striya, Shuna, Yatra Adharmas Chaturvidha. So these 4 places was given to Kali. Settled? Settled? Not settled. Kali was not happy. No, I want more. Ye dil mange more. That is Kali. That is Kali. The main ask of Kali is yet to come. Next verse says, Punaschaya jamanaya jatarupamadat prabhu tato nritam madam kamam rajo vairam cha panchamam. The personality of Kali asks for something more. And because of his begging, the king gave him permission to live where there is gold. Sona. Jatarupam. Jatarupam means gold. This was the main target of Kali. Dyutam, Panam, Striya, Suna, these are all subsidiary things. The main control point for Kali is gold. Because wherever there is gold, there is also falsity, intoxication, lust, envy, enmity. The previous Chaturvita adharmas are performed, and there are 4 side effects. Falsity, intoxication, lust, and envy. But by adding gold to that list, one more additional thing comes. Enmity, dvesha. Vishnu bhakta bhave deva asurastad viparya. The dvesha against Vishnu and Vaishnavas, for that he wanted gold. Kali Purusha wanted gold. And the purport to this verse, Srila Prabhupada makes a very, very shocking statement. Prabhupada accurately identifies this. Even today, Prabhupada wrote this down. This is in the first canto. Prabhupada wrote this down in the 1960s. He sat in Radha Damodar with his 2 fingers on his Corona typewriter. Tuck, 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 tuck. He typed these verses, this purport. It's not dictated purport. It is typed with 2 fingers. Prabhupada didn't know 10-finger typing. Tuck, 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 tuck. In Radha Damodar. There he typed. So the personality of Kali became gold standardized. You know what is the present economic system in the world? It is called gold standard system. We have currency, right? We have, sometime back we had paper currency, kagaj, and today we have digital currency. Google Pay, Paytm, Phone Pay, digital currency. Whether digital currency or paper currency, the basis or the foundation for this currency is gold. The system, those who have studied economics, they know this. You know, how the government is able to print so many notes. Vella aise print kar raha hai kya? Nahi. Let Modi ji आदेश देंगे, he will give an order. Let us print some 10 lakh 2000 rupees notes. Nahi hoga. You should have reserve in the Reserve Bank of India. Gold reserve. What is a reserve? Gold. Who started this gold reserve standard? Not government of India. Not government of even Britain. It was induced by somebody in the 9th century. Anyway, I will not take the name, it will become controversial. That name you cannot see anywhere. Who did this? But if you search, you will get to know who is that. Exactly. One particular family. They started this system. Or they intelligently manipulated the economy of Europe and ensured that gold standard system comes into place in 9th century. In 9th century. Then the European governments were forced to make gold standard currency or bills or promissory notes. What we have currency, paper currency, it's a promissory note. The Reserve Bank governor signs on that, right? You have seen? Currency may we see Gandhi, but there is a signature also. Reserve Bank governor's signature. I promise that hereby I am giving you 2000 rupees. This note, this paper is equivalent to gold worth 2000 rupees. That is a promise. That's why it's called promissory note. Gold. Gold is a standard even today. But actually is it the standard in one sense? The gold reserve will be for 100 rupees. But 1 lakh rupees worth notes will be printed based on this 100 rupees worth gold in the Reserve Bank. Who is going to go and verify the gold reserve sitting in the Reserve Bank treasury? Nobody. So this particular people who are the agents of Kali Yuga, they systematically created this system in 9th century, and then after that, systematically, the governments of Europe, Germany, France, and then Britain, all of them were forced to make this gold standard system. And Prabhupada says, the personality of Kali became gold standardized. According to the Srimad Bhagavatam, gold encourages falsity, intoxication, prostitution, envy, and enmity. How many items? 5 items. Falsity, intoxication, prostitution, envy, and enmity. Even a gold standard exchange and currency is bad. Prabhupada says this. Gold standard exchange and currency is bad. Gold standard currency is based on falsehood because the currency is not on a par with the reserve gold. Actual reserve gold is something, and the currency printed is many, many, many thousands of times more than the real gold. So when too much of currency is printed and given into the market, what happens? Inflation happens. Same. Value depletes. During the days of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there were coins, gold coins, copper coins, silver coins, varaha, different ana, all these things. That time, 10 ana worth coin, sikka, if you melt and give in the market, you will get 10 ana. Today you have 2000 rupee note. You take this paper and go to the market without the Reserve Bank general signature or Gandhi's chashma, you will not get even 2 rupees. Milega kya? Because it is only a paper. This is called cheating. All of us, we are number one idiots, cheated by these agents of Kali since many, many centuries. This is the reality. Prabhupada is exactly identifying that. Many people, even big economists, during when Prabhupada typed this in 1950s or 60s in Radha Damodar, many people don't know this. Majority, 99% of people don't know all these things. And Prabhupada is saying exactly, even a gold standard exchange and currency is bad. Gold standard currency is based on falsehood because the currency is not on a par with the reserve gold. The basic principle is falsity because currency notes are issued in value beyond that of actual reserve gold. This artificial inflation This artificial inflation of currency by the authorities encourages prostitution of the state economy. All the governments across the globe, their economies, they're actually prostitutes. The economies are prostitutes of these big, deep states. And the price of commodities becomes artificially inflated because of bad money or artificial currency notes. Bad money drives away good money. So this way, an artificial, falsity-based economic system, gold standard-based economic system is created all over the world, and through that, the agents of these people, the Kali agents, they're controlling all the population. That is what is happening in Kali Yuga. And Prabhupada said, this is nothing new. Even during Kamsa's time, the same demoniac mentality was there. I'll control everything. I'll be in charge of everything. 5,000 years back in Mathura, that marriage happened. Vasudeva married Devaki. And Kamsa was happily driving his chariot, tuk, 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 carrying whom? Devaki, to give to Vasudeva. When the Vidai was happening, Bhagavatam says, Pathi pragrahinam kamsam abhyasaha shiraravak abhyas abhasyaha shariravak ashariravak, a sound without form, reverberated everywhere. Asyastvam ashtamo garbho hantayam vahase buddha. You foolish rascal, the 8th child of the woman you are carrying in your chariot will kill you. That was the Asharira Vak. His own sister he is carrying, and the Asharira Vak said, Hantayam vadhase buddha. Asyastvam ashtamo garbho. The 8th child, Ashtama Garbha of this same woman whom you are carrying, he will kill you. And the moment Kamsa heard this, Ityuktasa khalappapo bhojanam kulapamsanaha bhaginim hantum arabdham khadgapani kache grahit. Kamsa was a condemned personality in the Bhoja dynasty because he was envious and sinful. Therefore, upon hearing this omen from the sky, he caught hold of the sister's hair with his left hand and took up his sword with his right hand to sever her head from her body. The moment he heard this, his young sister Devaki, he held her by her hair using his left hand and took out his sword to decapitate her. Then Vasudeva interferes and he gives various arguments and somehow pacifies him. So this is demoniac nature. He didn't even spare his own sister, who is a helpless young woman who is just newly married on the day of her marriage. That is demon. Prabhupada says that is demon. Demon doesn't care for anybody, any situation. No mercy, no compassion, no empathy, nothing. That is demon. But Prabhupada says, devotees need not fear because Krishna has given us a promise that he will protect us in any scenario. Name bhakta kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. Today's verse is Paribhasha Sutra of Srimad Bhagavatam. Paribhasha Sutra means the decisive verse of a book. Every book will have one Paribhasha Sutra. Jiva Goswami says in Krishna Sandarbha that a Paribhasha Sutra it could be just one single word or one single line. But that one line determines the theme of the entire book. In a book, there can be hundreds of themes, hundreds of chapters, lot of things. But the Paribhasha Sutra in that book determines the decisive concept on the basis of which all other themes are to be defined or understood. The Paribhasha Sutra of Bhagavad Gita is 18.65. Manmana bhava madbhakta madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishasi satyam te pratijane priyosi me. Pratijana, pratikna of Bhagavan it is. Krishna gives his word. Manmana bhava madbhakta madhyaji mam namaskuru. You do manmana bhava madbhakta madhyaji mam namaskuru. 4 things you do. Think of Krishna, become his devotee, manmana bhava madbhakta madhyaji, worship me. Mam namaskuru, offer your humble respectful obeisances unto me. Mam namaskuru. If you do these 4 things, I give the word. Madhyaji mam namaskuru. Mam e vaishyasi satyam te. I am giving you the true word. Satyam, satyam. Pratijane. Pratigna I am taking. Priyosi me. You will come to me 100% because you are dear to me. Such a person will be dear to me. So this is Krishna's pratigna in Bhagavad Gita. His word in Bhagavad Gita he gave to all his devotees. And that verse is the Paribhasha Sutra of Bhagavad Gita. And today's verse, Ete echam sakala pumsa, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, Indrari Vyakulam Lokam, Mridayanti Yuge Yuge. This is the Paribhasha Sutra for Srimad Bhagavatam. Similarly, Chaitanya Charitamrita also has got one Paribhasha Sutra. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu has got one Paribhasha Sutra. So anyway, so in both these verses we see one common factor. Krishna's word that he will protect his devotees. Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mridayanti Yuge Yuge. Krishna personally will come and protect his devotee. So one question may come. Kali Yuga is controlled by these big demoniac forces who are controlling the entire planet through gold reserve system. Where is Krishna to protect us? Where is Krishna? Kali Kale Namarupa Krishna Avatar. Namarupa Krishna Avatar. In the form of his holy name, he protects. Anybody who is a devotee of the holy name, that person will be protected in Kali Yuga. That is his personal protection. Krishna will personally protect him in that way. Prabhupada gives the example of Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj rejected his guru. He disregarded his guru. Who is his guru? Shukracharya. When Vaman Deva came to Bali Maharaj's sacrificial arena, Shukracharya said, no, he is Vishnu in disguise, don't give him anything. Because Shukracharya, he is the Raj Guru of Bali Maharaj and he is maintained by Bali Maharaj. His allowance, his monthly allowance is given by Bali Maharaj. And if Vishnu cheats Bali and takes away everything, Shukracharya will not get his monthly allowance, salary. So what Shukracharya said, Yeshate sthanam aishwaryam shriyam tejo yashasrutam dasyat achidya shakraya Maya manavako hari. This person falsely appearing as a brahmachari is actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari, who has come in this form to take away all your land, wealth, beauty, power, fame and education. After taking everything from you, he will deliver it to Indra, your enemy. Tribhir kramay riman lokan vishwakaya kramishyati. Sarvaswam Vishnave Dattva Mudha Vartishyate Katham. You have promised to give him 3 steps of land in charity, but when you give it, he will occupy the 3 worlds you have offered in 3 steps. He will take away 3 worlds from you. You are a rascal, Mudha. You are a rascal. You do not know what a great mistake you have made. After giving everything to Lord Vishnu, you will have no means of livelihood. How then shall you live? Who is asking? Shukracharya to Bali Maharaj. But Bali Maharaj says, Yajanti yaknam kratubhir yamadrita bhavanta amnaya vidhana kovida sa eva vishnur varadostu vaparo dasyamyamushmai kshitimipsitam mune. O great sage, great saintly persons like you, being completely aware of the Vedic principles for performing ritualistic ceremonies and yajnas, worship Lord Vishnu in all circumstances. Therefore, whether that same Lord Vishnu has come here to give me all benedictions or to punish me as an enemy, I must carry out his order and gave him the requested tract of land without hesitation. So, Bali Maharaj practically rejected Guru. It's called Guru Avagya. Guru ka avagya. It is a grievous sinful activity. Guru Avagya, Shruti Shastra Nindanam. All these are sinful activities. Disregarding the instruction of your Guru, rejecting your Guru over somebody else, and rejecting the Vedic injunction. These are all sinful activities. Bali Maharaj did the offense of Guru Ninda or Guru rejection. But was he inflicted by that sin? No. He is worshipped as Mahajan. Bali Maharaj is Mahajan. Prahlad Maharaj, he called his father Asuravarya Dehinam. My dear Asura, king of Asuras. He called his own father. Calling one's father a demon is a sinful activity. The father is worshipable for you. Mata, Pita, Guru. Devam. Mata, Pita and Guru should be worshipped as good as God. It is a duty of the son to respect and worship your father. And that son Prahlad is calling his father, Jahyasura Bhavam. Please, give up your Asuri Bhav. You are behaving demoniacally. Take away, rip apart the Vishnu Dvesha, Vaishnava Dvesha in your heart. He is giving instructions to his father, 5-year-old child. In the societal or the general materialistic viewpoint, what Prahlad Maharaj is doing is an offense. Calling one's own father demon, giving him advice, correcting him. All these things are not good. But was Prahlad inflicted by that sin? He also becomes Mahajan. Because he rejected or he corrected his father for Krishna's sake, in connection with Krishna. Just like how Bali Maharaj rejected his guru for Krishna's sake. The gopis, they rejected their husbands. They left their husbands. Their children, their newborn babies sleeping in their houses or just drinking their breast milk and ran and came to Vamshivat. It is highly sinful. It is highly sinful for a wife, for a duly wedded woman to reject her husband and go to a paramour. Similarly, it is highly sinful for a woman to throw away or to keep aside her child and run towards her paramour. But were the gopis inflicted because of that sin? No. They are worshipped. Ramya Kajid Upasana Vrajavathu Vargenaya Kalpita. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the greatest among sannyasis, who never even allowed women to come closer to him and or offer obeisance, that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says the highest form of worship is the worship done by the gopis. Ramya Kajid Upasana. There is no match for the Upasana of the gopis because they did rejected their material husbands, their material children, their material well-wishers or relatives for the sake of Krishna. If for the sake of somebody else, if they would have done, they would have been casted into hell. But just because they did for Krishna, rejecting, without caring for their social status or whatever, they became highly worshipable. That is Krishna. Etecha amsha kalapumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So, after describing the 24 incarnations of the Lord, 22 incarnations of the Lord, Shukdev Goswami is making this statement that Etecha amsha kalapumsa. Ete means all these avatars described so far. So many avatars were described so far. The Purushavatars were described, Vamanavatara, Narasimhavatara, Ramavatara, Balabhadra, Parashurama, so many, Prithu, so many of them were described. But ete, all these avatars are amsha or kala of Pumsa. Either amshas or kalas of Pumsa. Pumsa means Purusha, Narayana. Purusha is Narayana. Tu means Parantu. But Krishna Bhagavan Swayam. All the other incarnations are either kalas or amshas of Purusha, Narayana. Parantu, Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan. This is a Paribhasha Sutra of Bhagavata. That Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan. He is not amsha of kala of Purusha. Krishna is not amsha of kala of Narayana, amsha or kala of Narayana, just like other avatars. He is Swayam Bhagavan. Adyo Narayana Puman. He is Adi Narayan. There is no difference between the Lord and his amshas. They are all the Lord himself, completely perfect. But in the form of Krishna, the Moola Rupa, Madhvacharya says, Krishna is the Moola Rupa of absolute truth. In the Moola Rupa, Krishna manifests all the opulences and powers of supreme absolute truth, which is not fully manifested or manifest by the other incarnations of the Lord. Whether it is Ramachandra incarnation, the Narayana form of the Lord, Vamana Avatara, Narasimha Avatara. They are not manifesting everything. But Krishna manifests all the opulences, all the knowledge, name, fame, everything, all the aspects of absolute truth is manifested by Krishna. That is the speciality of Krishna. When Krishna, in order to punish Kamsa did this nonsense with Vasudeva and Devaki. Okay. That, he almost about to kill Devaki, and somehow, finally he harassed them by putting them in jail. Almost 10 years or 20 years they were in jail. 10 years till the appearance of Krishna and 10 years after the appearance of Krishna. Kul milakar 20 years they were in jail, harassed by Kamsa. How many children were killed? 7. The Shadgarbhasuras. The 7 elder brothers of Krishna were killed by 6, no? 6, sorry. 7th was Balaram. So the 6 elder brothers of Krishna were killed by Kamsa. How? How? Just by thrashing them to stone. This is demon. They don't care for crushing, thrashing, even small babies. In Kali Yuga, the same thing is continuing in a sophisticated manner. In a very sophisticated. Kamsa did it very grossly. So, to punish Kamsa, Krishna goes. And Krishna, when he enters the sacrificial, the wrestling arena of Kamsa, the Vedi, even now in Mathura that place is there. Rangeshwar Mahadev temple is there. The Ranga Vedi, the wrestling arena of Kamsa, that is there in the heart of Mathura city. So when Krishna entered that Ranga Vedi, the Srimad Bhagavatam in a very beautiful verse explains how different types of people connected with Krishna at that time. How different type of people saw Krishna at that time. This one verse shows how many varieties of opulences are manifested by Krishna, which is not so evidently visible in other forms of incarnation, other incarnations of the Lord. That verse is very beautiful. How people saw Krishna, how different categories of people, thousands of people were there surrounding the wrestling match in the stadium, wrestling stadium. Thousands of people were sitting, varieties of people. There were Kamsa's friends, there were relatives of Yadus, Vrishnis, Andhakas, Bhojas, then the Gopas were there from Vrindavan, Nand Maharaj. So, all these different categories of people saw Krishna in different form or different mood. Mallanam nrinam naravara strinam smaro murtiman gopanam swajano satam kshitibhujam shasta swapitro shishu mrityur bhojapate virata vidusham tatvam param yoginam vrishninam paradevate vidito rangam gatasagrachah. The various groups of people in the arena regarded Krishna in different ways when he entered it with his elder brother. The wrestlers saw Krishna as lightning bolt. Mallanam Ashani. Mallas. That place is called Mallapura. Even today that place is there, Mallapura. Next to Pothala Kund, near the police chowki in Mathura. That place is called Mallapura. Mallanam Ashanir. So the residents of Mallapura were Mallas. Mustika, Chanura, all the big Mallas from Bihar. Jarasandha's people they were. So, Mallas. Mallanam Ashani. These Mallas, when Krishna entered the wrestling match arena, they saw Krishna's Ashanipat, thunderbolt. They saw Krishna as thunderbolt. Mallanam Ashanir nrinam naravaraha. Many nrinam, many human beings, other people, the men of Mathura, the ordinary men of Mathura, nrinam naravaraha. They saw Krishna as Naravara, the best among Naras, the best among males. Naravara. Krishna is called a Naravara, Natavara. All these names are there. Vara means the best among males. Who saw like that? The men of Mathura saw like that. Nrinam naravara. Strinam smaro murtiman. And the stris, the women of Mathura, how they saw Krishna? Murtiman. Oh, very handsome. He is so handsome, so attractive he is. Strinam smaro murtiman. Gopanam swajano. How the Gopas saw Krishna? Hamara ladka ja raha hai. Our boy, swajana. They are entering the arena. Gopanam swajano asatam kshitibhujam shasta. The asak kshitibhujas. There were several kings who were friends of Kamsas, who are the Asat kings, the demoniac kings, also witnessing this. And how they saw Krishna? Shasta. He is chastiser, shasan karne wala, shiksha dene wala. This boy is a chastiser. The kings identified him, Krishna, as a chastiser. Shasta, so pitro shishuhu, and people like his pitrus, his parents, his grandfathers, grandmothers, his mother, father, Vasudev, Devaki, or our Nanda Baba, Yashoda Mai, Maharaj Ugrasen, they were all in jail. But whoever, fatherly, motherly people were there, they all saw Krishna as Shishu, is my child. Hamara bachcha hai. Mrityur Bhojapate. Bhojpati. Who is Bhojpati? Kamsa. The king of Bhojas. Mrityur Bhojapate. How Kamsa saw Krishna as Mrityu, death. Death personified. Mera maut aa gaya. Mrityur Bhojapate. Virat Avidusham. The Avidusha people. Avidushas means, the unintelligent. How they saw the less intelligent people, they saw Krishna as Virat Purusha. Virat Vidusham. Oh, the Virat Purusha has come. Tatvam Param Yoginam. The yogis, devotees, how they saw Krishna? The absolute truth. Param Tattva has entered the wrestling arena of Kamsa. Tatvam Param Yoginam Vrishninam Paradevadeti. How the Vrishnis saw Krishna, the Vrishni Vamsha, the Vashnayas, how they saw Krishna? Oh, our Paradevata, our family deity, our Kul Devata has entered the wrestling arena of Kamsa. Supreme worshipable deity. So in this one verse, you will see 10 relationships, 10 rasas. How different categories of people had different rasa sambandha with Krishna. That is why Krishna is called Akhila Rasamrita Murti. Simple one act Krishna did. He just walked into the wrestling arena of Kamsa. But 10 different categories of people had 10 experiences by seeing. Somebody experienced lightning, somebody experienced death, somebody experienced Virat Purusha, somebody experienced Tattvam Param, somebody experienced child, somebody experienced Swajana. That is Krishna. Akhila Rasamrita Murti. Ete cha amshakala pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan. This experience is, this varieties of experience at the same time for a simple act is not possible for other manifestations of the Lord. Means not visible in other manifestations of the Lord. It is possible. The Lord is same. There is no difference between Krishna, Rama, Vamana, or it's all one Lord. But when Krishna comes in Krishna form, in his Mula Rupa, when Krishna comes, all these variegated things will be manifested. And in Kali Yuga, if Prabhupada says, if we want to get protection from the clutches of the agents of Kali, the powerful people who control the whole global economy with the help of gold reserve, the people who created the British Commonwealth Parliament in the 17th century, the same people who funded the French Revolution, outcasted the French kings, the same people who funded the German Revolution, the same people who funded the Bolshevik Revolution in Russia and brought Stalin into power, the same people who funded World War I, the same people who funded World War II, the same people who funded United Nations and founded United Nations, the same people who funded International Monetary Fund, the same people who funds World Bank, even today, the same people who funds American Federal Reserve, the same people who fund World Health Organization, they control this whole planet with the help of gold reserve, Panchamam, Jatarupam. How exactly Bhagavatam predicted this scenario 5,000 years back. This is Bhagavatam. And that Bhagavatam is saying, Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan. He is the Mula Rupa, the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the solution is, Shatruchhedaika Mantram, Sakalam Upanishad Vakya Sampujya Mantram, Samsara Cheda Mantram, Samuchita Tamasa Sangha Niryana Mantram, Sarvaishwaryaika Mantram, Vyasana Bhujaga Santasta Santrana Mantram, Jihve Shri Krishna Mantram, Japa Japa Satatam, Janmasa Bhalya Mantram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is the powerful weapon against these people, this Kali Yuga people, this Kali Yuga demoniac forces. And Prabhupada says, the Hare Krishna movement, in the same lecture for this verse, Prabhupada says, the Hare Krishna movement, the Sankirtan movement, he uses the word Hare Krishna movement. He used the word, the Hare Krishna movement is the avatara of Krishna in Kali Yuga. Is the incarnation of Swayam Bhagavan in Kali Yuga is the Hare Krishna movement. This is Prabhupada saying. Srila Prabhupada ki, Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Thank you very much. We'll stop here.